my name's Leanne. I'm a first year mature student at the University of Plymouth, and I'm currently staying at the Old Dairy. So I was quite late in applying for university. I applied in June, so obviously it's months more later than others. I had a look at obviously the on-campus halls, but being a mature student, I don't think I could have hacked that. I wanted something a bit more homely and a bit bigger. So I had a look at all of the sort of like the privately owned accommodations, and the Old Dairy was actually recommended to me by a previous student. So obviously I had a look at into there, had a look at some of the reviews as well, but I thought the reviews on Google were quite biased, so I cut that very short. And I had a few questions with the accommodation. I got in contact with them and they were really quick in coming back, so that obviously helped my decision. So I live in one of the premium en suites. I do. So they overlook the city, and you can just see the Barbican and the sea from my kitchen as well, which is always a bonus for pictures. Yeah, I would. It's a lot bigger than campus accommodation, which obviously if you're like me and have overpacked and brought too much, there's still enough room for you to live in the room. But yeah, it's the bathroom like itself is got a separate shower, which is always good, so your floor's not sopping wet with the wet rooms that some people get. So yeah, I would definitely 100% recommend it. Yeah, I mean, it's very self-explanatory, the website. You know exactly like your starting dates, your ending dates for your tenancies. Obviously, the rooms are open for you throughout your tenancy. There's not you have to go home for summer. So for me personally, the longer tenancy period, because of how far away I am as well, carting all my stuff halfway across the country
Yeah.
to then bring it back wasn't sort of ideal for me. So I chose the longer tenancy period. I did. I would say don't just settle for halls. Just because you're given the opportunity doesn't mean you have to go there. I would definitely look around, because there's so much more that you can get for all different price ranges as well. It's obviously just finding the right one. Some people are quite scared about going into privately owned accommodation for the first years, but it's just as social as on campus. I personally wouldn't say there's any difference. And if you have any questions at all, no matter how small they are, always get in contact with the accommodation staff, because at the end of the day, you've got to live in that room for 43 or 51 weeks. So you want to obviously make sure it's the right place for you. So moving all the way from Kent, it was quite difficult, and the staff at the Old Dairy have been really welcoming, literally from the first day. It's made for me personally transition easier. They will bend over backwards for everyone, and they really care about us as people. We're not just another number on a spreadsheet. And anything that we need, they will do it same day without any questions. So yeah, for me, it's felt more like a home instead of just an accommodation. I'm just so glad I moved into the Old Dairy, because obviously Stuart and Stephen have been amazing. They have.